Hello. Filming again.
Tom's got a good spot behind the wall.
Hiding. So, much like all the minute stuff we've been working on, body position, legs or lifts. But it's different to the other stuff. Like with that other stuff, you can get your body behind it and you kind of know where your angles are. I think sometimes with lift, at least for me, I thought it was all about the finesse in bending and the way you have their arms. I think there are two main factors with a lift that will help. One is bending down low, and two is using the side of your arms to compress the cage. So let's just have somebody up here. So you go around that side, because if I'm here, I reckon we can see it better on the film. So, for me, I actually reckon that's a pretty good height for a lift, depending upon where you're going to lift. I like DL lifts, I think they work really well. Lumbar lifts, especially with discs, although there's nothing wrong with doing rotational lifts, but rotational manip, but certainly lifts are good. And obviously thoracic spine and CDs. I tend not to use lifts too much for this just because I prefer dogs, but you know, Sam, for example, he pretty much lifts through there exclusively, so whatever you like to do. So I roll this up and I'll just roll it into, say, the spot that I want. So that's down low, but I might just come up into the DL a little bit. And so I'll put it essentially just under the section I'm trying to cavitate. Just pop your hands up behind your neck.
I don't think I've ever lifted anything that low.
Yeah, well, this is how I started lifting, which is, I suppose, why I realised that you had to get down pretty low. So I will come down like this, so I'll have my legs a long way down, so my back's straight. Yeah. And then I put my hands up through here. One of the things I feel that goes wrong with lifts for patients is that we try to lift up through the shoulders, and it's hard on their shoulders. And we tell them, bring your elbows in, and, you know, we kind of pull up through there.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the things you can do is just try and not worry too much about the shoulders, but hold onto the chest cage a bit like that. So take a breath in, and I tend to just go forward and then breathe out and just roll them around, almost coming on top, bringing them back to you, and then adjusting from here. Let's just try it in one go. Nice deep breath in, and out. So down and up from there. So you can see it's kind of a lot on my glutes. When I used to do them, I was up a lot higher, and like I said, I was trying to get all that finesse out of moving the shoulders. But you can do that up high too. So I tend to change the way I have that rolled. So still I'll put it beneath the one I want. I could even have it right up the top. And same thing again, so nice deep breath in and out, so they're forward, and then I bring them back just a little bit. And so I'm all the way underneath here. Oh, that's not going to work. There you go. So it's not so much through the shoulders, it's more through the chest cage.
And that doesn't, you don't feel that in your back at all?
Not at all. I feel it all in my butt.
Yeah.
It's good butt workout. Do you want to have it just sit up here, so I'll do it again. We'll do a few of them.
I don't know if your pants are loose enough to show
Mine are going to read.
Yeah.
Hey, it's just an idea. You know, you might find that you're actually more comfortable putting this up.
Yeah.
And you might not do it down that low. But if I also do a mid-thoracic up here and have it less in my legs, it's still going to be some of the same sort of stuff. Just take a breath in, and as they roll out, just letting them curl around, compression through the side and pull up through the chest cage like that, more so than through the shoulder. But I just don't like to do it that way. Nice deep breath in and out. Let your body just roll forward and okay.
Cool.
Have you had your back done a little bit today?
No, not today at all.
Do a little try of how that feels.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think I struggle with getting people that relaxed.
Yeah.
Like if I think if I tried that, how I've been doing it, the patient wouldn't like flop, I guess, enough. I don't know, you guys
And
just
is
look
that
like jelly.
maybe like the confidence in our
I
own
think
skill?
So where you are there,
Very much so.
just for the video, this is a really good position. So I tell them to bring their bum back all the way until they're just off the table. Yeah. And then again, for me, let's say I'm doing it down low. It's coming down underneath it. Pop your hands up behind your neck. So it's important to kind of feel what I'm doing. So just let your arms relax there. So I'm starting to just hold you gently on the side of the chest cage. So that shouldn't feel too uncomfortable. So you should be naturally inclined to just relax with me as I just gently pull you back. Okay, so nice deep breath in and out, and we just...
Oh, weird.
Feels really good though.
Yeah, it does.
Less on the shoulders.
Yeah.
Because what I found as a patient of the lift is I'd always get anxious because my arms were so sore. So when I started to think about that as a practitioner, I was like, well, how can I take that out of it so patients feel comfortable? And then if I came down to the side and squeezed a bit on the chest cage, you could actually get yourself into that position. Let's just have a look on this.